Hey garden friends, welcome on back to Flower Patch. Today I'm going to show you some more of the things that I got at Green Acres. I know I've shared in the recent videos different things, and now I am potting them up until they can go out in the garden, and we'll talk about why I got them. All right, let's get rolling. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and or share with your friends, and of course subscribe if you would like to. Alrighty, now I had the most wonderful trip to Green Acres. It's now been 2 weeks. Can you believe it? Time's been going by so fast. But one of the things I bought is this stock, and I wanted this pretty lavendery violet color. And stock, I love it because it can handle cooler temperatures, blooms, but the scent, it reminds me of dianthus, but a little bit sweeter, if that makes sense. And so I made sure and picked up this nice healthy 6-pack. So yeah, it's gotten a little dried out now, so I will hurry up and pot it up. It doesn't look like it's too root bound, but I just pull off the bottoms of them, and then all these fresh roots can get going. Now, one thing I don't have in here, let me check and make sure, is I usually like to soak them before I transplant them in organic rev. Now, I'm going to go get my container and do that, and that helps them to produce new roots really quickly, all of the goodies in it. So I'm going to go get that, set it up, and then I'll show you how I do that. Sorry, my camera cut out and I don't know exactly where, but I broke this piece of crock. Is it fitting in there? No, it's not fitting in there right. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's see. Oh, I've got another little piece. Here's a little piece. So let's see if that's got enough of a thing. Yeah, that will drain. Well, it seemed a little flat. I was going to put a little something underneath it. I'll pick up a little pebble, and that way it'll put one side up to make sure that it drains. Okay, so this is for my primrose, my blue primrose, and these love it here in my garden. And I pick up some more to plop around throughout the gardens whenever I spot them. Now I have one blue, I think. Last time I had gotten some white and some pink, and they've been in here for quite a while blooming, just bringing me delight every time I come in here. So I love them. Once the snow melts, it heats up a little bit, they will go out in the garden. So, but until then, they will keep me company in here and just be beautiful. Okay, I need my tray because I'm going to be dumping this on here, and I don't want to get it all over my table. So again, this is just my potting soil. This is Edna's Best from E.B. Stone Organic potting soil. It has lots of goodies in it, like bat guano and feather meal and all those kind of good nutrients. I added a little bit of perlite because I had noticed some things getting a little brickish. Now, I thought they used to have perlite in here, so maybe they stopped putting it in. I don't know. But when anything has like peat moss in it, it can get that way compressed. Not that anything's suffering, but for my different things, I just went ahead and added it for the hay of it. Keep it nice and loose and well draining. So there we go. So that is, I'm brushing all the soil off the leaves. So there is my blue primrose. I'll put it right here so I can look at it all pretty. My ivy there. Looking like things in here need actually to be watered even though it's been cold. So, okay, so there, I put that back in there easily. So back to our stock. I'll probably do the Snapdragons the same way. I just peeled off the bottom to let those roots get growing instead of wrapping around, being confined. They had their nice little soak in there Rev. The mosquitoes in here you wouldn't believe. I don't know if they have somewhere else they're nesting in here. I don't think I have any other water sitting. When I had that tub of water in here that I was soaking pots in, this one needs a little more soil. They, were breeding in there, and they got thick, and I just haven't gotten rid of them. I did say I was going to put a big fan in here to kind of blow them out, but I didn't get to that. So I've been letting the spider webs thicken up in here. Usually I knock them back a little bit when they get a little haunted house-ish, where I've just got spider webs everywhere, but the webs are catching the mosquitoes. So the spiders that I'm allowing to remain are doing their job as far as catching bugs in them. So let's see if this one needs to be pulled apart a little. Yeah, these roots are really in great shape. So I about used up this. I'll have to make up some more for the Snapdragons. So what have you been seed starting or planting up? I mean, some places probably are warm enough to be planting things. Florida, other spots like that. Okay, so I'll move the Snapdragons over here so you can see. Can you see back here? Yeah. So what's left of the organic Rev, they soaked up a lot. I'm going to pour on there and moisten the soil with it. I'm going to go get some more rainwater, come back in, pour a little more Rev in it. Then I can soak the Snapdragons to get them rolling. I'll mix up some more soil, and we'll continue on. I really like using rainwater. You know, there's nothing like it for plants because our water's treated, so who knows what's in it. And yeah, I just think it's healthier for the plants to use the rainwater, and I'm sure they appreciate it too. So organic Rev is not a fertilizer, so it's a growth stimulant, humic acids, all kind of stuff like that. Really good. Now these, look at these, are a little bit more root bound. So I will definitely pull the bottoms off. And then these roots will continue to go down into the new soil that I put them in. First, they're going to get their soak. Okay, pull it up, pull it up. Okay, yeah, definitely needs it to be removed. And number 3. You notice I just put them right back in here. It'll mix up with the other stuff. It'll just deteriorate. It's all good. All good. I wonder if I could fit another one in there. I think I could. Yep, that one kind of pulled away in there, so that's all right. Yep, that can soak up some too. Alrighty. The soil that was left in there. Again, I will save this 6-pack for potting up seedlings that I sow in a tray later on. And all of that good stuff. So while that is soaking, I will dig out some more 4-inch pots, which are over there. I just grabbed a big old stack of them. But also I'm going to mix up some more soil. My soil is down here at my feet. So this morning, I really should have gotten a video posted. I have been posting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Just trying to, you know, build up this channel and make sure I'm sharing everything I can with you guys. I have been writing blog posts right along with this. And I try to do a video to go along with the blog post. And if ever you want to visit my blog, go on over there. There's a whole lot of information there that I don't have here on YouTube yet. And it can be helpful. And there's a search bar. If you want to search for a particular topic, go right ahead. If I have any information on it, it'll come up. If I don't, then I will make a suggestion of what you'd like to see. And if it's something that I'm familiar with, I will share it. Yeah, you have to be really careful nowadays with Google. the search, it's bringing up such junk. And I've been noticing different articles coming up in different magazines that whoever wrote them must have just used AI or something and know nothing about gardening. Now, I will put up somewhere up here, a little caption of one article, and it was about using pine cones as mulch. And it says that they're fire resistant or fireproof or whatever. No, they're not. In fact, I go out in the woods across the street from my house and I gather them in the summer and put them in a big garbage bag to save for winter because they make the best fire starters. When you light a pine cone, it is like lighting jet fuel, and it can make the wet wood, if you have wet wood, just take off. And it starts a fire like nobody's business. And for them to say that it is fire resistant and safe as mulch is irresponsible, because it's not safe. Now, here where we are at, we are required to remove anything flammable like that from around our home. You will get a fine of $500 if the inspector comes around after May 15th and finds anything like that near your house. So that tells you how dangerous that can be. And yeah, and I thought, where did they get this information? Where in the world are pine cones fire resistant? I don't know. But let me tell you, having lived in the pine woods my entire life, no, they're not fire resistant. So that's the stuff that comes up, that these magazines and other I've seen blogs coming up that really have misinformation, and Google is promoting them or what have you, and yeah, the information is just wrong, and they just dug it up from somewhere. So it's all about using the AI tools, ChatGPT, whatever, writing an article. They do no research and popping it up there, and or they sell it to these magazines. And yeah, so you could be totally led down the primrose path of some kind of garden subject that is totally wrong. And you would think that you were the failure in gardening. Oh, I have a black thumb or a brown thumb. No, it is information like that that is completely and totally wrong. So try to go with somebody who, actually knows what they're talking about before you accept it, the information. So, okay, I am going to pot up these. Maybe I should let that soak a little longer, pot up some glads. I think I will. Now, I don't know how far apart they recommend planting them. Plant in 2-week intervals for extended bloom season. I don't know how I could save them that long, because mine don't bloom till way late. I guess I could refrigerate them, but who has room in the refrigerator? Okay, so I am going to just put them in pots and then just enjoy them as they come up. USDA hardiness zone 8 through 10. Now, they would be hardy for me. They would come back if the gophers would leave them alone. So summer is the bloom time. It doesn't say how far apart, but that's okay. I'll just, here it is. The guide is on the inside. So I will plant 2 or 3, depending on what they say. Planting guide. It just says how deep. It doesn't say how far apart. Okay. Well, we're going to plant them closer together. I brought in some 1-gallon pots from out underneath my deck where they have been wintering. They got a little splashed with mud, so I checked my microphone. I've been noticing that it turns on me and then it makes a horrible sound. Okay, so I'm going to fill this up halfway. And these 2 I recycle every year. I have got several in the ground with different plants in them now, like my echinaceas, etc. So you plant them with this is the bottom, the flat side, and then the pointy side is the top. And I'm going to put 2 in here. It looks like that would be plenty for that, and then I'm going to fill them up the rest of the way. So I probably have 3 or 4 inches on top. So let's see what it says. Gladiola, butterfly, gladiola, and it says soil line 5 inches deep. Okay, we're good. We are all good. And I should write on here that this is Pretty and Pink Mixture. Now, if my raised beds were ready, where I'm putting them in, I would go ahead and put these out because they are hardy to my zone. And then they would just come up later in the summer. But for right now, I am going to have them in here. So I need okay, my bottom rack down here is empty. I will put them down here. And then I will choose where all around my garden I will put them. So I will continue doing this, and then I will be back as soon as I'm done, because I showed you one and they're all the rest the same. So we'll just get this done, and then we'll come back and finish up the Snapdragons. Okay, on with our Snapdragons. Got all the gladiolas potted up. Well, at least the pink ones. These other ones I will have to wait because I'm running out of potting soil. But they'll be okay in here because it's like they're refrigerated. So I'll just set them back there along with my lily. That is such a gorgeous lily. I can't wait to get it in the ground. I will have to plant it in a pot as well. And then these beautiful gladiolas too. This one is called Pink Lady. All gorgeous. So those will go over there. I'll save this, put it in my garden journal. I promise I'll bring you along on my garden journal. I need to get caught up. I haven't been diligent about filling it out, but yeah, story of my life recently. Okay, throw this away. I'm more determined than ever to get things organized so that I can have, of course, more room in here, because I've got it stacked with a bunch of stuff. We had to clean out everything underneath our back deck, and that's where I had a lot of stuff stored. All of it can handle the weather, but we needed that area for something else, and so this all had to be moved somewhere, and I just didn't have anywhere for it. So it got put in here, and it's kind of in the way. But I think I can figure out something pretty quick. At least I need to. Alrighty, so my potting soil mixed with a little perlite. Put maybe 1 inch or so in each pot so that the Snapdragons have a little bit of soil to get started in. This one's got a little much. Move it over. Okay, so these ones have been soaking, and I will take one out. I already removed the bottoms, and I stick them in there. Maybe I'll just pull out a couple and let them sit in their pots so that I can put these other ones in to start soaking that have been sitting over here waiting their turn. Okay, pull off the bottom. So this morning, did I already say? I just enjoyed my morning, moving slow, getting some housework done, laundry, and just instead of rushing through it, just trying to get out of the way so I could get back to either video or blogging stuff. I thought, no, I enjoy being a housewife. I enjoy the domestic chores and the satisfaction that comes from doing a job well. And yeah, I have missed that. So this morning, I was just determined to do it and not worry about whether or not I got my latest video done or what have you, or a blog post. I need to work on the blog. It's something you have to constantly work on. And for the longest time, I have made it my job. Don't you just love it when the battery dies? Right in the middle of a sentence, and now I don't remember what I was talking about. Must not have been that important. But anyways, I think I was talking about enjoying my domestic chores and not rushing through things, and that's why I'm determined to kind of really try to balance out my videoing, and I enjoy it. I do. I love talking to you guys about gardening, about why I do things certain ways, even talking about things that might be a little bit controversial. Have you seen the new purple tomato that everybody's in an uproar over? About it's, GMO spliced. Now what it is, if you read the article, really open your mind and think about it. Reason. What they have spliced in genetically is not from an animal, or it's not a chemical. It's from another edible plant. and it was to enhance the antioxidants in the tomatoes. That's what causes the purple color. In fact, the plant is a snapdragon, that they genetically put part of a snapdragon into the tomato. And for me, I'm like, that's not automatically a bad thing. It's not like trying to force your body to accept something that is foreign, and meaning foreign is something non-edible, like a chemical, or something from an animal that doesn't fit in with the species. And a lot of people have really gone off the rail about this. They say that, oh, the government's trying to kill us. The scientists, they're out just to make money. They're, and I'm like, good grief, people. No, not everybody's out to kill us. If you don't want to eat something like that, fine. But we have been working with agronomists, horticulturists, and scientists on a growing system that is quite different. It's not got GMOs. That's something we have avoided. But knowing them as people, they only want to help. And in the maybe trying to make this tomato more nutritious, they're not out to kill you. And I think it's very sad that people automatically jump to a conclusion about something they really know nothing about. Now, I know only a little bit about GMOs or genetically modified things. They're not all bad. And we're not just talking about food. Insulin products for diabetics many of the medicines are genetically modified products. And they only help people to live with which would be a death-dealing disease. So GMO is not automatically evil. And not everybody who works on GMO are out to make billions of dollars, and they're just going to throw you to the wolves so they can make money. That's not who these people are, all of them. So to lump them all together and to say that this GMO tomato, which, like I said, is two different edible plants spliced together, is not necessarily bad. You don't know that it will harm humankind. I'd be willing to try it and see, and talk to my doctor about it and say, hey, what do you think? And he's very organic minded, whatever. But to see people take the headline, not actually read the study or what is involved with this, it seems a little myopic and narrow-minded. Now, everybody can choose yay or nay about eating this product and or growing it, but to automatically assume everybody's out to kill you, I think is a little far-fetched. And what's sad is it's a lot of organic gardening groups or people who are organic gardeners. And, I love things that are natural too and organic, but think about it. There's a lot of toxins that are organic. That doesn't mean they're good. So organic doesn't automatically mean better. So you just open up your mind and not just automatically jump onto some kind of negative bandwagon because you don't understand what's really going on. And I can admit I don't understand it either fully, but I do know that not everybody is evil. And so to promote that is really irresponsible and just basically unkind, because I know a lot of them, they're very kind people and they just want to help other humans. That's all. And it's just sad that people become so myopic. They think they know everything, and therefore, if they don't understand it, and if it contains something that they are leery of, automatically slant it as bad. Okay, so that's my 2 cents. Somebody honking? Okay, so that's one of those things that everybody's got to make their own decisions, but yeah. Don't get me going on that one anymore. Alrighty, I would like your opinion. What do you think? I mean, I agree that a lot of people would be leery of maybe eating it until they know more about it or it's had extensive testing. But really, edible things put together, I'm not worried. So that's just my take on it. All right, and it's the same with, did you see the study? The study on where supposedly, and it made big headlines, that home gardening had a larger carbon footprint than commercial farming and food growing. And of course, that was alarmist. Many people just said, oh no, they just want to take away our right to farm our land and grow our homegrown stuff. And did you read the study? Basically, it was saying that product-focused gardening, which is something you've heard me talk about before, and why I do mine less product, is what causes the higher carbon footprint. All the products made, maybe the metal raised beds, all the bagged composts and fertilizers and the transport of them, and home gardeners are the #1 polluters with fertilizers. It's not the commercial farms. Sorry to disabuse you of that misnomer, but that is so true because they don't know how much to use. They'll follow gardening blogs, vlogs, whatever, and they're pouring fertilizer constantly into every hole, and they think that's what they need to do. And they'll buy the product and use it. #1, it's expensive. #2, it's not necessary. #3, if your soil and your plants don't need it, it's going to wash away. And where does it go? Commercial farmers are very tight with their money. They've got to be on tight budgets. They will test their soil to see if it's needed. They don't just arbitrarily put fertilizers out there. And they're more controlled with how much they put out there. Therefore, because they are monitored for what runoff. So they avoid it at all costs. Whereas home gardeners don't even realize they're causing it. Mosquito. So when you read the whole story, it wasn't worthy of the brouhaha that many organic home gardeners spieled about it. So go read the article for yourself. Yep, it seemed, well, the news media blew it out of proportion and kind of gave it the connotation of they were trying to say something they weren't. And it was just a study. That was it, and what they found in that study. And they explained what was the criteria. Now, if you're a home gardener and you're just going out and planting seeds in your soil, and yeah, that's different. But it was zeroing in on all the new gardeners that are utilizing products that have to be shipped, made, etc., rather than the old-fashioned way of gardening. So, and I can't argue with that. And I don't think anybody's trying to shut down home gardening because of that. Who knows, though? Who knows what everybody's trying to do? So I think that's it for today. I think I'm done in here. I have to pasteurize some more soil before I do any more seed starting. I do have more seeds to start. I have more gomphrena, the one I didn't get to last time. I have bachelor's buttons to get out. Well, I think I am going to do the bachelor buttons winter sowing. I was thinking of taking it in on the rack, and I don't need to, so I need to just rethink that. Yeah, my sweet peas, did you see them? They are just going crazy. I think I put up a video on this one, or was it my last one? Might be my last one. But I'm going to bring them back out here. They've sprouted. It will slow them down in growing, which is what I want. And even though this greenhouse does not get as much sunlight as I would like, and I could put them in the other one, it is still more light, more lumens, more whatever, than a light on a light rack. So it'll help prevent them from becoming too leggy. I will pinch them back. You can start more plants from the pinchings, but I don't need that many, so I'm not going to bother. And I am going to poke holes in this, and I'm going to use it for seed starting too. Again, I did it last year. It was a huge success. It totally shocked me. I thought it would be a total fail because there's hardly any depth in this, but it worked great, and I'm going to do it again. And it was coleus, and I have some new coleus I want to start. I could probably do the peppers in here. I might do that. So I hope you enjoyed this video and all our little chit-chat going on here, and I will see you next time where we will be doing something else. Hopefully the snow will melt really quick because there's some really things that I could get done out in the garden, and I could take you along. Or I could take you along. I got some cleanup in my DIY greenhouse I need to do, so I could take you there too. And we could chit-chat while I do my chores in there. Alrighty. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.